the Pioneer Sports Report. I'm Ryan Zoot and this is Rich Mead. Today we're going to start off with the Big Rapids boys basketball team that defeated Clare 64-58 in their opening district game. They didn't have Dimitri Martin. There was 5 lead changes in the fourth quarter, but they were able to make some free throws late to pull away, and they're moving on. Yeah,
we definitely need to talk about Dimitri Martin. You know, against Traverse City West in their last game of the season, there was a fight that broke out, and it's definitely one of the bigger, controversies right now because they did have to just suspend a couple players, and one of them being Dimitri Martin. And Dimitri Martin is the star of the team. The ball goes through Dimitri Martin, and talking to Ken Ingles, they knew it was going to be a struggle going forward without him. And also talking to Nick Shibley prior to the game against Clare. At that point, we didn't know, who they were suspending, but they do really want to make a point of making that this does not happen again.
Sure.
So you caught up with Nick Shibley after the game against Clare to discuss a little bit more about the futures of Zach Baldwin and Dimitri Martin, the 2 players that were involved in the little confrontation after the Traverse City West game.
Yeah, and Shibley said they're going to make the decision Tuesday on whether or not they can play Wednesday. And obviously if they get Martin back, that's a big boost for them. On Monday, they had guys step up. Jameson Green, 21 points, career high. Kenny Davis had 18 points, 4 3-pointers. So they had guys step up, but obviously Dimitri Martin is the heart and soul of that team and is a sophomore, and it'll be a big boost if they get him back. But I understand if they want to keep him out. I mean, it's one of those things that's unfortunate, but you have to discipline.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what they do going forward, because if they do keep Dimitri Martin, on the bench, it's going to send a signal to, the rest of the athletics that, they're not going to mess around with these kind of things that happen, especially on the court or on the field, and that they're going to kind of nip it in the bud and make sure that doesn't, trickle down and happen again.
Yeah, they have Harrison on Wednesday, and Engel said they're just going to go from there and prepare like they would any other game, so.
Morley Stanwood boys basketball took their first win of the postseason in the district opener over Montebello. They kind of had an up and down season, but they're pretty confident going into playoffs that they can make a run. And they were led by Chase Honey, the Honey brothers for that team. That is the heart and soul of their team athletically at least. And it's going to be interesting to see how they do going forward. But I think that they can win another game. But
they have Vesterberg though, don't they?
Yeah, they have Vesterberg. They're pulling Vesterberg, who had a great season and a great conference run. And so it's definitely going to be an interesting matchup. For Ferris State men's basketball, they won the GLIAC title, and now they're in the first round of the NCAA Division II playoffs, which is huge for them and huge for Andy Bronkema, who's only a second-year head coach. And for that team, they like we said in the last sports report, they spread the ball around a lot. They don't have one leading scorer every game. They're pretty well distributed. So, but they're crazy athletic. I really think that they can make a run in the playoffs. But
they have Lake Superior State again for the 4th time this year, and
yeah.
they lost the first 2, but beat them in the GLIAC championship. And sure enough, they drew them first round in the NCAA national tournament. So they're familiar with each other, and it will be a battle once again.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see 2 teams that play each other back to back with this kind of implications online. And see what they learned from each other from the first game. So
it's turning into a rivalry. That's
absolutely,
for sure.
Absolutely.
The Bulldogs hockey teams also began WCHA playoffs, and they have Bemidji State, which they just faced a couple weeks ago. Played them close, 2-1 game, and then tied the second game. I talked to Bob Daniels on Tuesday, and he's looking forward to another close matchup this weekend. They're the number 5 seed, so they have to go to Bemidji State. Not ideal, but these type of things, like a short series, a good goaltender, anything can happen. And CJ Mott has played in plenty of big games in his career. They played in the WCHA championship game last year. He's played in the NCAA tournament, and it should be tight 1-2 goal games, low scoring, and we'll see who comes out on top. But I think, it could go either way.
Talk a little bit more about CJ Mott. Just recently in the last game of the season, of his senior year, he broke the record for most wins for a Ferris State goalie, and they're definitely going to lean on him, and they're going to need him down the stretch.
I talked to Daniels today, and he started every game this year for them, and his conditioning is second to none. They could play 3 games in 3 nights if it goes to the 3rd game, and he's ready to go. So we'll have to see how they do, but I'm really expecting some really tight, close games.
All right, well, that's it for us, guys. Thanks for watching the Pioneer Sports Report. Here are our picks for the games coming up this week, and make sure to grab a copy of the Pioneer for the rest of our local coverage. Have a great week.